They dug up the king last night. I saw them, and I swear on my mother's grave. His eyes were open. My name is Juma. I grew up in a small village near Lake Turkana in Kenya. I left when I was 17, moved to the city for school. But last month I came back because my grandmother was dying. I didn't plan to stay long. The night she died, something strange happened. Before she passed, she grabbed my hand and said, "Don't let them open the king's tomb. He's not sleeping. He's waiting." I thought it was just old people talk. She had been sick for months, fever, cough, talking to people who weren't there. But now, I think she knew something real. There's a legend in our village. They say a wicked king ruled this land a long time ago. His name was King Omari. He wasn't a normal man. People said he spoke to shadows and made deals with spirits in the forest. He ruled with fear. He killed anyone who disobeyed him, men, women, even children. The land was cursed under him. Crops dried. People starved. One day, the villagers finally had enough. They tricked him into coming to a ceremony at the edge of the lake. Then they tied him up and buried him alive under a giant baobab tree. They sealed his tomb with stones marked with sacred carvings. The elders swore never to speak of him again. But then, something changed. After my grandma's funeral, I noticed people whispering. The men in the village were acting strange. Every night they would go into the forest in small groups, always around midnight. One night, I followed them. That's when I saw it. They were standing around the old baobab tree, the stones that sealed the king's tomb. They were gone. The ground had been dug up, and in the middle of the hole, I saw it. A wooden coffin, rotting, but still whole. One man was already inside the grave, prying it open, and that's when I saw it. The body in the coffin, it wasn't decayed. It looked fresh. The man's skin was dark and smooth. His clothes were ancient, but clean, and his eyes were wide open, staring right at the moon. No one screamed, no one ran. They all just stood there. Then the man in the grave began to cry. He begged the others to close the coffin. "He's awake," he whispered. "He's looking at me." But it was too late. The next morning, that man was found dead in his hut, mouth full of dirt, like someone had buried him alive. I tried to ask the elders what was going on, but they all denied it. "Don't talk about it," one said. "If you speak his name, he hears you." That night I packed my bags. I was going to leave first thing in the morning, but then I heard the drums, old heavy drums, like the ones they only used during royal rituals, but no one had used them in decades. I peeked out my window. I saw people walking in the dark, eyes blank, feet moving together like they weren't in control. At the front of the group, tall and proud, was a man in a golden robe and a red crown. It was